So, my 9-year-old is rather miraculously getting into chess. And you say, well, what does chess have to do with wholesaling? What does chess have to do with real estate? Well, it has a lot to do with wholesaling and real estate and business in general. Because if you think of the chess pieces as your team, period, you have the pawns, who are maybe your bird dogs or your referrals or your network. And you have the bishops and the rooks that can do a lot of cool stuff but have to stay in their lanes. Those would be your realtor contacts, your title people, who are your lenders, who are regulated, and they can really help you out, but only within what they're allowed to do on their license. And then you have somebody like the Queen, who pretty much has no restrictions and can do whatever. And that's a good wholesaler, that's a good entrepreneur. That's basically your role, period. Your role is to put together a team that can do all of the activities you need without expecting all of them to be able to do all the activities. Excuse me. And it's kind of a roundabout way of saying your net worth is your network. The people you can call on. And there's a gentleman I know and hope to get to know a lot better named Greg. And he works at a local municipality. He's one of the managers. I don't know exactly what his official title is. And you go in and, he looks like every other municipal worker. You get to talk to him and you realize there is no one that knows municipal grants, municipal maneuverings, how to get things done better than he is. And then you find out he's able to help you on your private projects. He doesn't just have to do it for towns. And you never know where you're going to find that gem which will really open up what you want to do. But you have to have them and find them and keep enough in touch with them that they're aware of you. And when you call, there'll be a recollection. I've never done a project with Greg, but if I called him tomorrow and said, hey, I need you to go to this meeting with me, we're going to do this thing, I know he'd make time for it. It's also important to treat your network as equals. And as someone who grew up in television and producing TV shows and kind of always had an all-access pass to the most strange places in the world, I kind of get jaded about people in their roles. But I was reminded the day that I was sitting with the most powerful attorney in my region. Number one in real estate, number one in business transactions, da-da-da-da-da. The guy's, if he's not on the Republican National Committee, he's at the level that he goes to the conventions. And we were talking about a project that, our mutual client and I are putting together. And John's like, so Steve, would you say it's this or that? And I looked at him, I said, are you seriously asking me? He's like, yeah. He said, you've done quite a few of these. Which way do you think is better? And I felt very honored that even though this man did not need my input, even though I don't even know if my answer was correct on the question or not, I wasn't prepared for it. And I'd never done more than 10 deals with this attorney. It wasn't like I had a lot of money, through his office over the years. But he still felt that I had, value in giving an input on this thing. And he actually accepted my input and rolled with it and agreed with it. So don't be afraid, just because you're talking to the expert in a field, to say to them, hey, here's what I think we should do here. Your network relies on you as much as you rely on your network.